Are you looking for a new real-time strategy or tactics game to get you through this year? Well, here are some that you may have never even heard of that you can actually play right now. From epic large-scale warfare to base-building survival games, there might just be a game on this list that could just become your next addiction. In this video, we'll take a journey through 10 standout real-time strategy and real-time tactics games of 2024 so far. I mean, let's be honest, this year has been quite barren and has come with some disappointing releases. But don't worry, I've got you covered. I've included some great RTS titles, some hybrids, and some real-time tactics games on the list too that RTS fans will still enjoy, so make sure you check them all out. So real-time tactics differ a bit to RTS games though, as they focus more on the combat, so no resource gathering or base building, but both genres will still get your heart racing. From a Terminator game that lets you save humanity, to a pixelated Age of Empires wannabe, to taking the role of the American colonists in a large-scale warfare, to games that literally help to define the RTS genre. So sit back and get ready to find your next addictive RTS or real-time tactics challenge. And if you're enjoying these videos, please consider dropping a like, comment, or subscribe to help find the next game for you to get lost in. Let's get started with today's new video. So in no particular order, coming in at number 10 we have Godsworn. Godsworn is a mythological RTS set during the Northern Baltic Crusades. Drawing inspiration from the classics like Warcraft 3 and Age of Mythology, it offers a nostalgic experience while introducing unique elements such as automated resource management and visually evolving units upon upgrade. The game features a blend of traditional RTS mechanics with innovative twists, including hero leveling, base expansion, and resource gathering, all wrapped in incredible visuals that we don't often see in modern games. And despite it being in early access and developed by a small team of only 2 people, Godsworn boasts polished graphics, fluid gameplay, and a variety of units and heroes. It currently offers a 5-mission campaign with co-op support, skirmish mode for up to 8 players, and plans for additional content in the future. I mean, for example, you have 4 heroes here to choose from at the moment, with 4 more planned in the future. Plus, even Grubby, someone who's quite proficient in Warcraft 3, seemed to really enjoy it, which I think carries a lot of weight here, and I decided to include that. With its engaging storyline and improved graphics compared to its inspirations, Godsworn is hailed as potentially being a banger title of 2024, appealing to fans of old school RTS games just looking for a fresh experience. Then coming in at number 9 we have WARNO, positioned as the spiritual successor to the War Games series, which offers a deep dive into the alternate Cold War scenario where World War III erupts in 1989. I decided to include it here as RTS fans could still get some enjoyment, but it's focused more on tactics. So this real-time tactics game allows players to command customized battle groups featuring over 1,000 meticulously detailed units from the era, including infantry, tanks, and helicopters. Players can choose between NATO and Warsaw Pact forces, engaging in dynamic battles across various campaign modes, skirmishes, and multiplayer matches. I must say that WARNO presents a steep learning curve, especially for newcomers to the series, but it rewards persistence with immersive and highly replayable experiences. The game stands out for its impressive scale, great gameplay, and stunning visuals that could bring the Cold War battlefield to life. With options for solo play, co-op campaigns, and intense 10v10 multiplayer battles, WARNO offers a fresh take on the tactical warfare genre, appealing to those seeking a challenging yet historically inspired military simulation. Coming in at number 8, we have Terminator Dark Fate Defiance, an intense RTS that brings the thrilling future war of the Terminator franchise to life. Set in a post-apocalyptic world, players command human forces in their desperate struggle against Legion, the formidable AI threat from the Dark Fate timeline. This game stands out with its gritty, realistic approach to modern warfare, featuring detailed unit management and intricate supply logistics. The battles are brutal and exciting, especially when facing against the iconic Terminators. Hell yeah. But for me, the best part is that your army carries over from mission to mission, so you might even get attached to them as they level up and get new gear. So I guess some XCOM fans could get some enjoyment here, take note. With both a story-driven campaign and multiplayer skirmishes, Terminator Dark Fate Defiance offers a challenging experience that will satisfy hardcore RTS fans and Terminator enthusiasts alike. It's got quite a detailed combat system, and it's got this great atmospheric post-apocalyptic setting that makes for this engaging tactical experience that truly captures the essence of humanity's fight for survival against the machines. And yes, it's got some flaws here and there, but fans of the Terminator series and those interested in a challenging tactics-heavy RTS might find some enjoyment here, so I definitely recommend checking it out. Coming in at number 7, we have From Glory To Goo, a survival-based RTS that'll attract people who really enjoyed They Are Billions. So if you can get past the pixelated art style, or maybe even love it, give this game a look today. In the game, you'll need to expand your colony in this hostile alien environment, so you'll need to ensure that you can supply enough shelter, water, and power to keep everyone alive and safe from the goo. As you expand across the map, you can find some wreckage from previous planetary expeditions, native aliens that you can ally with or destroy. Not only that, but there is plenty of additional features outside of just the planetary building and exploration. There's actually an upgrade system here too, where you need to send resources back up to your colony ship to eventually unlock more to build. Plus there's different captains to pick with various buffs that gain experience, who level up the longer you play. And you also get multiple factions to choose from with different units and buildings. It's still in early access, but there's a demo for you to try out if you're unsure. But from what I've seen so far, it's stable and playable, difficult but rewarding, and a must-try for people wanting a retro-style survival RTS. Coming in at number 6, we have Silica, which is an ambitious blend of RTS and FPS mechanics. It's kinda weird, but it works. Published by Bohemia Interactive, the team behind Arma 3 and DayZ, Silica shows some immense potential here in its innovative approach to both of the genres, where up to 3 factions battle for control over the planet of Baltaris. This RTS FPS is something we have seen before, but this might be the most integrated attempt so far, and I'm all for it. I mean, it's pretty trippy having this top-down RTS feel. Then you click on direct control and then you're able to control one of your units just like that. It's crazy. Silica offers a smooth, user-friendly experience with an intuitive UI and straightforward gameplay. It features 3 distinct game modes: the Prospector, which is a campaign-style mode, the Strategy, which is both playable as RTS and FPS, and the Arena, which is a free-for-all multiplayer shooter. I think that the game shines in its RTS elements, but then you have this FPS element to it that kind of sets it apart with its meaty weapons, exciting vehicle combats, and tactical depth. So yeah, despite some early access quirks, and it doesn't have the best player base at the moment, Silica's unique combination of vast maps, day-night cycles, and seamless transition between strategy and action makes it a compelling title worth checking out for fans of both RTS and FPS genres alike. Halfway through and coming in at number 5 with the FTL naming convention, we've got TFC, the Fertile Crescent. The devs call it a captivative reimagining of the classic base building RTS, but I think we all know what this is trying to look like. With all the intense RTS games out there with their fancy 3D graphics and intense action, TFC 2 Flippin' Cool takes another approach that might appeal to people wanting something a bit more relaxed and chilled, although it can get stressful at times. The unit and building art is very well done here, and the music is great too, and the campaign does a good job of preparing you for the skirmish and the horde modes. Inspired by the real history of the Near East Bronze Age, TFC blends classic RTS elements with a unique perspective to the genre. It's a bit like Age of Empires with a few twists, like where there's this big emphasis on the food mechanics involving needing to actually feed the people or else they kind of starve, which in a way is slightly more realistic and pretty cool. So everyone will start in the ancient age, but then eventually you get to age up while playing through the game. With 10 campaign missions, I'm waiting for a bit more to be added in soon, but there's still skirmish and multiplayer modes too. So for those looking for a fun little Age of Empires like RTS game, TFC the Fertile Crescent might just be up your alley. And then coming in at number 4, we have Ultimate General American Revolution, a captivating sandbox real-time tactics game that includes some RTS elements weaved in that's perfect for those seeking a challenge and immersive war game experience. Set during the American Revolution, this game allows players to take on the role of either the American colonists or the British Empire, fighting for control over North America. Building on the success of its predecessors, Ultimate General Civil War and Ultimate Admiral Age of Sail, this title offers a rich, historically inspired gameplay experience. Players can engage in real-time battles over a detailed 3D map, build and command armies and navies, construct military infrastructure, and jump into massive tactical complex battles. The game is very ambitious and tries to do a lot, and you can see that in some of the rougher edges of the game, but that can be expected as it's still in early access. With features like realistic reconnaissance, delayed reporting, and intricate supply management, Ultimate General American Revolution provides a deep, strategic experience that will satisfy both history buffs and strategy game enthusiasts alike. And then coming in at number 3, we have Empires of the Undergrowth again. Yes, I know, I mentioned it in my previous video about the best management games, but Empires of the Undergrowth is one of those hybrids that includes both RTS and management gameplay mechanics, and it pulls off both really well. But in case you didn't see that video, this game is all about ants. But trust me, even if you're not big into bugs, the gameplay experience is still worth it. Imagine taking control of a fledgling ant colony where your initial tasks involve excavating subterranean passages, securing sustenance, and nurturing your inaugural generation of worker ants. As your colony expands, you'll cultivate various ant specializations, from diligent workers to fierce soldiers, and unique variants like the storage-focused honeypot ants, for example. The real excitement though kicks in when you venture above the ground, engaging in conflicts with other insects and broadening your domain. You'll encounter a diverse array of adversaries ranging from competing ant societies to towering arachnids. They're huge, all while juggling resource management and safeguarding your queen's well-being. So yeah, I'm putting this on the list as the developers Slug Disco just put in so much effort into this game, as it's been in early access for 7 years now and it's just got its 1.0 release this year. So I definitely recommend this to RTS fans out there, especially those who enjoy some base building elements. And then coming in at number 2, we have 9-bit Armies, A Bit Too Far. Finally, a real RTS. I'm joking. But in 9-bit Armies, you send your military forces across a variety of battlefields and act out a strategy over land, sea, and air. It gives me a vibe if, say, Command & Conquer and Minecraft had a baby and then that baby wanted to be in the military. It's got that classic RTS feel along with these voxel graphics that, once you get used to them, can be somewhat satisfying to look at. In terms of its gameplay, it's quite simple but difficult to master, so it's perfect for people just wanting to jump in a game, blow stuff up, and then leave without needing any kind of complex meta or things like that. It's got a decent campaign, but the multiplayer I'd say is where it's the most fun. One of the coolest parts though is when shit is hitting the fan and you get to watch all the action unfold in this cool battle camera that sometimes gets it wrong, but it's still cool. I actually reviewed this game when it first came out, and even though I didn't recommend it, I still think it deserves a spot on the list, as I'm sure it's going to appeal to others out there, and it's still a fun game to play. So if you're an RTS newbie or you just want something casual to mess around with, I definitely recommend checking out 9-bit Armies today. And then finally, coming in at number 1, we have Command & Conquer The Ultimate Collection, as Electronic Arts were kind enough to grace Steam with not 1 or 2 but 10 base games and 7 in-depth expansion packs. Also cheap, they're basically free, especially on the sale. Note that this isn't the remastered edition, but rather the original games that are made to be compatible with newer PCs. Now, I'm not going to debate which of the CNC games were the best, as we all know that it's Red Alert 2, but yeah, Command & Conquer games really help to define the RTS genre, making it hard for RTS veterans to play anything else these days, and it's great that it's finally available on Steam. For those unfamiliar, with these games you're going to be getting detailed and varied units and assets, banger soundtracks, dynamic and incredibly fun campaigns, map editors, balanced gameplay, and there's still a dedicated multiplayer community if you're willing to do a little tweaking. So for those wanting a punch right in the nostalgia, you can't go wrong here. Well-balanced games, fast-paced action with epic battles, what else do you need? You don't even need to get the whole collection, maybe just 1 or 2 of your favorites. And so that wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed it, perhaps give it a like, comment, or subscribe to help you find the next game to get lost in. And don't forget to check out my other videos, they're pretty cool. And if you know of a game that I didn't list here, please let me know in the comment section below so other people can know about it too. But other than that, it's Marco here from Easily Distracted Games, and most of all, don't stop gaming.